Which is the way to Storyland, Storyland, Storyland? Which is the way to Storyland, where we'll dance by the light of the moon? Over the stile and into the woods, into the woods, into the woods. Over the stile and into the woods, we'll get there very soon. Here we are in Storyland, Storyland, Storyland. Here we are in Storyland, where we'll dance by the light of the moon. Little Nomi Red Hat opened his door, stepped outside and closed his door, and went to call on his friend, Little Nomi Yellow Hat. "Come on, Little Nomi Yellow Hat, come out to play." "Okay," said Little Nomi Yellow Hat, and he opened his door, stepped outside and closed his door. "Let's go and visit the pond," said Little Nomi Red Hat. "Okay," said Little Nomi Yellow Hat. They had a long way to go. They had to go up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, till they got to the pond. They'd brought their nets, and they dipped their nets into the pond so they could find out who was living there. And they found lots of things, and in a little while I'll show you what they found. But then it was time for them to go back home, so they went up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, till they got back home. Then Little Nomi Red Hat opened his door and stepped inside and closed his door and said bye-bye. Little Nomi Yellow Hat opened his door and stepped inside and closed his door and said bye-bye, bye-bye. So the gnomes took their net and they dipped it into the water and they found some creatures. So let's see what they found. Here's the net. The first thing they found swimming along was a little tadpole. And the tadpole changes into an animal that's green and slimy and hops and goes ribbit. Turns into a frog, and we'll meet Frog in a little while. Let's put Tadpole back in the water and find the second thing that they found in their net. Here we go. Can you see? It's a big insect with 6 legs living at the bottom of the pond. It's a type of larvae of an insect. And let me tell you the story of what happens. The larvae lives at the bottom of the water in the mud, and there it lives for years, catching things for itself to eat. Then, one day in summer, when the sun is strong and warm, it calls down to the little larvae, "Come, come to me." And the little larvae finds a green reed in the pond, and the larvae climbs up towards the sunshine in the sky. And it stays on that reed, and something rather magical happens, because it changes and something comes out of it. Let me show you what happens. Out of the larvae comes, needs to first have dry its wings, 1 wing, 2, 3, 4, and it changes into a dragonfly, and away it flies. And I have a rhyme about dragonflies. It goes like this. One little dragonfly with 4 shiny wings. Two little dragonflies learning how to sing. Three little dragonflies flying up and down. Four little ladybirds, 4 little dragonflies sitting on the ground. 5 little dragonflies come home for their tea. Along comes the frog, ribbit, ribbit, and away they flee. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. The dragonflies flew away fast because they know that the frog likes to eat them. Ribbit for his tea. So thank you, dragonflies, for helping me to tell you the rhyme. And now we're going to say goodbye to dragonflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And let's come back to frog. Ribbit, ribbit. A little green frog, ribbit, lived in a pool. The sun was so hot. The pool was so cool. He sat in the pool all day long, singing his dear little queer little song. Quackity, quackity, quackity dee. No one was ever as happy as me. A little green frog lived in a pool. The sun was so hot. The pool was so cool. He stayed in the pool all day long, singing his dear little queer little song. Quackity, quackity, quackity dee. No one was ever as happy as me. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And can you remember what was in the net that turned into frog? This is the young frog with a little tadpole, and the tadpole changes, ribbit, into frog. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Frog is asking me if I can sing his favourite song to you. It's all about frogs. Ribbit. So if I sit you there, let's get our 5 froggy friends to help. We need 5 frogs for this song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5 frogs sitting on a well. One looked over and down it fell. The frogs jumped high, the frogs jumped low. 4 little frogs jumped to and fro. There were 4 frogs sitting on a well. One looked over and down he fell. The frogs jumped high, the frogs jumped low. 3 little frogs jumped to and fro. There were 3 frogs sitting on a well. One looked over and down he fell. Well, the frog jumped high, the frogs jumped low. Two little frogs jumped to and fro. There were two frogs sitting on a well. One looked over and down he fell. Well, the frog jumped high, the frog jumped low. One little frog jumped to and fro. Well, there was one frog sitting on a well. He looked over and down he fell. I think I'm going to get all the frogs back. Let's get them all back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the frogs jump high, the frogs jump low. The 5 little frogs jump to and fro. Well, thank you, frogs. Would you like to take a bow? Thank you so much for singing that song with me. We're going to say goodbye to our 5 froggy friends. Bye-bye, 5 froggy friends. Bye-bye. And it's time to say goodbye to our little green frog here. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Little tadpole. Bye-bye. And we'll say goodbye to our larvae that turned into a dragonfly. Bye-bye to our 5 dragonflies. Bye-bye, dragonflies. Bye-bye to little Nanny Red Hat and little Nanny Yellow Hat. Goodbye to me and goodbye to you. And we will sing our song to say goodbye. Say goodbye to Storyland, Storyland, Storyland. Say goodbye to Storyland, where we danced by the light of the moon.